gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy Dwayne, and you are on the sidelines with the Sideline guys. Welcome to this very basketball edition of Sideline guys. As you know, I'm your mediator, your favorite neighborhood host. You already know what it is, and I am joined by two very awesome individuals, one of which you guys are also familiar with. Well, actually, both of these gentlemen you're familiar with because we got our basketball specialist, Mr. Majin West, the mustache messiah. My brother West, what's going on, man? Talk to the people.
What's up, guys? I'm
What's
here.
going on, bro?
Got Kobe with me. We in here.
You already know. Halo above and all, man. Already a good day.
I'm trying to hold on to the side of it so y'all don't think I'm the angel. You know what I mean? I don't want to see no false portrayals, bro. This is for the Mamba.
Mamba forever, baby.
Yes,
you
sir.
already know. And of course,
You
to my left over here, you know what I'm saying, as far as my screen is concerned anyway, my man, you already know, he is the Eagle flying, Celtic pride wearing, anti-New York Knick loving, anti-Cowboy loving. This man is the one, the only, Derrick Myers. What's happening, sir?
What's good? What's good? How y'all been?
Great, brother. You already know. Ready to talk some basketball, man.
Ready to get into it. Let's get it.
All right. So, fellas, first things first. We are in the midst of what's been an incredible, I guess you could say somewhat halfway incredible, halfway not so incredible, depending on those who are up 3-0. You know, it just depends on how you want to look at it. You know, I don't know if you fellas look at some of these matchups as disappointing so far. I don't know if some of you guys look at them as exactly what you expected, maybe not what you expected. I'll open the floor to you guys on that note. What have you guys been thinking about these first round matchups so far?
Good was.
It's been pretty much to be expected, I think. Celtics up 3-0. I thought that was going to happen, you know, especially, Ben Simmons. Even with Ben Simmons, I didn't think it was going to be too hard of a series for them. Gordon Hayward got injured, so that's to be expected. Very typical. Mavs, what is that, 2-1? Mavs and Clippers 2-1 in that series?
Yes.
To be expected. I wish it would be tied up. I would not tied up. I wish the Mavs would be up. I'm going for them in that series. I like Kristaps a lot. I like Luka. He's cool, too. Playoff P is terrible. So he's not terrible, but for that role, man, get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? He's like the third. He's the third guy in the championship team. There you go. What else we got? Lakers. I didn't want this series to be tied, but they've been trashed the whole bubble so far, man. LeBron's been looking stagnant. There's no guard. We have no guards. Avery Bradley's gone. Rondo's gone. Excuse me. So I'm not surprised that it's 1-1. I just wish it wasn't 1-1, honestly. Mm-hmm. But that's really it. I mean, who else we got? Toronto, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? They're taking care of business. It was a little close yesterday, but whatever. You know what I mean? They're taking care of business. It's not. They're going to sweep them too.
Denver, Utah.
Oh, yeah, Denver, Utah.
That's probably been the best series.
It's been the best series, and I want to say it's been what I thought it would be. Unpredictable. You know what I mean? You don't really know what's going to happen in that. So, Jokic, man. You know the problem with them? They're down 2-1 now, right? I think Utah's up.
Yeah, Utah's up.
Problem with them is the Joker is the team is making him out to be the leader and the go-to guy. And, when you go down the stretch, he's supposed to get the bucket. But I don't think he wants that. You know what I'm saying? I think Jamal Murray is more so built like that. And I think he's trying to still defer because the team's like, hey, Joker's the guy. So Jamal Murray's passing it off to the guy, but I think he needs to be the one taking them shots at the end. So that until they figure that out, they're not going to be winning nothing. So
let me ask you something.
If Mike Conley and Mitchell can play good together, they're going to win. Rudy's playing good.
Yeah, I think who do you think is going to win the series, though?
I mean, if the Utah Jazz, like I said, if Mike Conley and if Mike Conley plays good, if he adds something, him and Joe Ingles, because if they don't add shit, then they're not going to win. No matter what the Denver Nuggets are doing, because Donovan Mitchell can't do it by himself. It's not possible.
I don't think Mitchell can be the guy, at least not right now. I think they need to add someone else I think they need to
He could
add
be the
someone
guy.
else. I'm not
He's gonna
saying.
play
I'm
point guard.
saying
He has
right
to play point guard.
now. I'm saying right
He has to play
now.
point guard.
He has to play point
They got to
guard.
put him. They got to put him at point guard right now for him to be the guy.
Yeah.
But shooting guard, nah. But if he plays point guard, last year when Ricky Rubio went down, he did amazing.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And playing point guard, scoring like 22, 23 a game instead of like 30. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Him as shooting guard, nah, he ain't gonna get the job done.
It's not gonna.
Not right now.
Not at all. So if they're gonna keep him at the 2, then they're gonna need someone else to come in to add to that. But
at the 1, right? Yeah, because I thought Mike Conley was gonna be that guy, and he not.
Yeah, not at all.
Unfortunately.
Which is expected. A guy who spent most of his years with Memphis and given his prime, away to Memphis, it's kind of more like a veteran's role for him out there in Utah now. So it's kind of like.
I thought he was gonna be killing. I thought he was gonna be that next piece, man. That's what I expected. Because I wasn't looking at Mike Conley as old, man. I like it. I like Memphis too. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to 901. That's some family out there. They're my people. So you know what I mean. I'm rooting for Memphis. You know what I mean. I like Mike Conley. I like Mark, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I thought he was gonna be like, I didn't think he was gonna be the guy, but I thought, how he was deferring to Mark and coming in when he needed to. Hitting the tough shots when he needed to. That's what I was really expecting. It's been tough for him. Hopefully he gets it right because, like I said, I like Mike Conley.
I agree. I think I expected him to kind of, do some things. But then again, like I said, I mean, I understand this man took a lot of beatings playing for Memphis.
He did.
That man has a motor that is – it reminds me a lot of Luol Deng when he left the Bulls.
That's a good comparison.
Because of the fact that Luol Deng gave so much to that Bulls team with Thibodeau.
He did.
By the time he got to, what was that, LA right after he left, right? Wasn't that? Or was it Miami?
I want to say he went somewhere in between, but LA is when he got that contract.
Yeah. And just the fact that, it showed he wasn't the same guy he was.
Tom Thibodeau took the knees from him, man.
I was about to say, it may have been, I love
playing him 80 minutes a game. Can't do that.
Yeah. That's what's actually making me nervous about New York.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm saying.
That's what's making me nervous. Because I don't know. I don't know. Let's just be
on one hand, Tibbs he's good for the city. Like, Tibbs is not no slouch, you know what I mean? He's not soft. He's not going to back down. So he can handle in New York, I think, on that facet. Yeah. But as far as them young players, man, like, it's how they really respond to him, honestly, because he's not going to change. We've seen that. I'm not expecting him to change, but with that said, I'm not expecting much. If he ain't going to change, like, I'm really not expecting the young players to be receptive to that kind of bullshit.
New York ain't doing anything. They got the number 8 pick.
Number 8, yeah.
I don't know what.
All that losing for nothing, by the way.
For nothing. Shout
out to the NBA. Shout out Adam Silver for fixing that. For fixing that shit.
Yeah.
You don't just get the best thing. If you lose the most games, you don't just get the best chance. That don't happen no more.
Yeah.
I like that.
I appreciate that too. I appreciate that.
Yeah, get him out of here, man. Stop that tanking shit, bro. Develop your talent.
Yeah.
For real, bro. I don't like that shit, dog. Develop the talent.
Yeah. But in terms of the playoffs themselves, this is pretty much what I expected too. Everything that's going on is pretty much what I expected. I'm intrigued to see what Portland's going to be able to do. We're still got a lot of time in this game, but I'm intrigued. They're not a normal 8th seed,
No, they're not. They're not. And I'm gonna say this, man.
I believe they could pull it off. I believe they have the capability. Will they? I don't know.
You talking about to beat the Lakers?
Yeah.
For sure. No, for sure. I agree. Hell yeah. This Lakers squad with no guards.
Yeah,
that's
exactly why I was saying it, because honestly, there's no guard play. Kuzma, I don't know. I still don't get what he's been doing.
Well, Kuzma's been better than Danny Green. Shit, paid $15 million for nothing.
Yeah. Shit. Was that a 1-year contract or 2?
I believe that's a 1-year contract.
I hope it's a 1
year. It's a 1-year contract.
It's a 1-year contract. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna have to do something in the off season. For sure.
I mean, the thing is, like, Dame is so good. They do need to address that. Dame is really good. If AD and LeBron play to the best of their potential, they're gonna skate by the rest of these. But it let's say this. Let's say Portland beats the Lakers, right? Let's say they get past the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the team they have, I think they're talented enough to make a Western Conference Finals.
I do too.
But the pressure that Dame and CJ have had to put on themselves to even put themselves to get themselves in playoffs, CJ with a broken back. Dame still has a fucked up heel that nobody's talking about that he just sucked up. Everybody forgot about. Let's say they get past this first round. I just don't see them going too much further just because of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like Dame has always got to do too much at what particular time of the season, and then towards the end he gets gassed because I get it. You got to carry the team, and it sucks. But
who could they add to this team that could offset that?
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, and New Orleans is not letting him up.
He's an unrestricted free agent. So look, my thing is,
you think they're not going to sign him?
Well, this is the thing. I think Brandon Ingram can pretty much help anybody. You know what I mean? You got a 3/4 guy who could get his own shot, get other people a shot. You could use him anywhere in NBA. So personally, I would like for the Hawks to offer him the max, so that New Orleans has to pay him that max to keep him.
Yeah.
If they don't pay him that, we'll grab him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think any smart team should do that. Offer him a max.
For sure.
Offer him the max you can and make New Orleans pay for him. You know what I'm saying? So fuck up their cap space in the process if they do use it. You know what I mean? Hey, look, it's all strategy. You got to figure it out here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I think Brandon Ingram would be good on Portland, especially you got Dame. You can learn from somebody like that. CJ, watch them go to work. You got Hazonia. He's big as hell.
And they're missing Zach Collins in this series too.
Yeah, and he's done for the rest of the season.
He's done. Yeah, I feel so bad for them because they finally have a really nice set roster. It's just that injuries hit them at the wrong time, especially with Zach Collins. But yeah,
if they're Nurkic last year.
Yeah, just like So that's I don't know, man. I feel for Dame. If they don't win this series, I feel for him. I feel for him.
I don't. Shit. They weren't even supposed to make it here. They weren't even supposed to make it this far, man. Them people was injured all year, dog. They weren't even supposed to do this.
Here's the thing,
though. What happening?
If let's say that the season didn't end with COVID, I think they would have at least been able to get to like the 8th or 7th seed without, without any issue. I don't know, man. My only thing with this bubble was that it just seemed there wasn't enough time to come off the layoff to build into the playoffs. That was my only concern with it. So I'm not sure why Zach Collins got hurt. I know, but that's not same. That's not the same because you're basically restarting a new season. When you have 4 months off, you're essentially coming back for a new season. So I don't know what caused Zach Collins' injury, but that's what I'm thinking about when I see things like that. Like Jonathan Isaac goes down with his knee, his ACL. Ben Simmons goes down with his knee.
Ben Simmons is always injured too, though.
Ben Simmons
started off his career being injured for a year.
He did. He
has tic-tac injuries every year. Yeah, he was injured last year.
So what do you do if you're Philly? What do you do if you're Philly? Because they're done.
I ship Embiid out, build around Ben Simmons. Because at the end of the day, at least Ben Simmons plays hard all game.
Yeah,
and,
Embiid is.
If you can get some other people around them to take off the load of doing all that shit, maybe he won't be as injured.
But see, here's the thing. They had those players, bro. They had those players in the last 2 years. Yeah, they had those guys. They decided
to pay Tobias Harris instead. Fucked it up.
Even if you decided you wanted to just pay Al Horford, I don't know that $100 million.
Al Horford's looking terrible right now. He's looking.
It's the system, bro. It's the system.
I don't know, man. Every system he's been in, he looked like he's good. He just look old right now.
No,
his effort level looks low. I don't know if it's being around Joel Embiid or what, but his effort level.
It's that system.
Low.
It's that system because he was slowing down in Boston. He was slowing down, but he was still highly efficient defense and offense. And they're not able to even move in this system right now. I don't know what Philly's going to do because honestly, Brett Brown is a huge part of the issue.
For sure. He's gone. He's gone
Yeah.
this season.
So that's what I was going to get to with you guys is, do you change the coach first before you decide to blow this core up?
Me as a GM, or what's going to really happen?
Yeah.
I mean, either way you want to flip
because
it.
what's really going to happen is they get the coach out there first. You get the coach out there first. What's supposed to happen? He's gone. You hire a new coach, probably a name that everybody knows. Let's see what he does. You give it until, I don't know, this is going to be a weird season because of Corona, but in a typical year, if we weren't dealing with all this shit, you wait till a little bit before the All-Star break. And if it's not working out, if their record's terrible, you ship either Embiid or Ben Simmons out.
Yeah.
But what I do is I start by getting I start by getting Embiid out and the coach out in the summer. Both of them gone same time.
Yeah.
Starting brand new. Ben Simmons, hey man, how do you want to play? What do you want to do? All right, let's do it. You play defense, you play offense. Fuck it, come on, we're running with you.
They need to change up the front office too, man. I'm sorry.
I like Elton Brand, man. I think Elton Brand just had those pieces, and he just tried to work with like. I want to see what Elton Brand does if you're just focusing on Ben Simmons. Like if you're trying to build around just Ben Simmons, I want to see what happens. He's trying to Frankenstein it with Ben Simmons and Joel. Like you got the owner telling you, "Hey, keep both." Hey,
Robert Covington, Shamet was in the trade for Tobias Harris. JJ Redick. You have all these guys that are able to.
They should have paid JJ Redick. I agree there. Robert Covington, I'm not mad at.
I'm not mad at, but that's still.
But they should have paid JJ.
That's still a guy that you could have had there that would have been more. That would have been a much better fit than what they have right now. The guys that they have on this team.
TJ McConnell, like you said, TJ McConnell. He would have helped.
Yeah, I just I don't get this. I don't understand what that front office is looking at, what they were thinking when they decided to go out. Because in all honesty, the only reason why they went and got Al Horford is so they could not. They didn't have to face him going against Boston. That was the only reason.
Which was kind of stupid to me.
It made no sense to me. It made no sense. It's
kind of stupid. I'd rather take my chances going against him next year, even more hurt, even more old. Like, because it's not like he was like they said Joel stopper, but he wasn't stopping him. He was containing him. You know what I mean?
He was doing his job on Joel Embiid. Yeah. I'm not saying that he ever like shut him down, but he definitely held Embiid in check.
Held the fort down. Yeah, he held the fort down.
Yeah, it was and Horford, like honestly, you put him back in Boston, bro, you'll see him bounce back to that last season you saw because he's.
I don't believe it though.
I do. Because
I think they're moving too fast for him now. That offense too fast for that boy right now.
Nah. When you have players that can shoot and can actually move the ball, Horford can do what he does. Because Brett Brown isn't even utilizing him the right way. He's not even. It took him almost like 2 or 3 games into this season. I mean, to this series to even figure out, hey, Horford can actually shoot from the perimeter. Whether he made the shot or not is a different story. But putting him in that position, he didn't even do that. So like that's what I'm saying. It's the misuse of these players that that's really been an issue. But if you had the right players to begin with, this wouldn't be a thing. This wouldn't be a thing. If they had those shooters there, this wouldn't even be an issue. Horford would have been in Philly and killing it if you had shooters.
Well,
so
I mean, it's just hard to build around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, though. Like it's hard. I can't imagine having to build around both of them.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Made sense when you drafted him, but
too much money for Tobias Harris.
Way too much money, and he's not. Money. He's not even. They
got tricked.
I don't know what they got tricked. They did. I don't know what they were looking at. They did.
They weren't looking at the playoffs, obviously.
Not at all.
Because he didn't do shit in the playoffs. I thought they were going to offer Jimmy that big contract.
That would have made more sense if you had Jimmy Butler on this team, able to let's just say it was Jimmy Butler and maybe Redick that was with this current roster, they would have had a much better shot getting out the first round. Because you can take a lot of pressure off Ben Simmons to disguise plays and stuff like that. You can't do that now. Your primary shooters are Al Horford and Tobias Harris. That makes no sense.
And Joel Embiid.
And Joel Embiid now. Yeah.
And Shake Milton.
Shake Milton.
And
their bench is trash. That is a horrible bench.
Are you willing to
It's worse than the Lakers bench.
Worst bench
it's much worse than the Lakers bench. Say again?
Worst bench in the league?
No.
I don't think it's a worse.
Oh,
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But definitely in the playoffs, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely the worst in the playoffs. Because there's nothing there.
I think the Wizards have the worst everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Wizards have the worst everything. So
yeah, especially right now.
Yeah.
But I'm actually
relegate them.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Washington does. If John Wall comes back healthy.
I'm confident of John Wall. I'm a fan. I like John Wall.
I'm a fan of his game. I'm a fan of his game.
I like John Wall.
I
like him. He be on the bullshit.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him, but
I love that shit.
I don't know what they're going to do differently. I mean,
and that's the thing. I'm glad that's the biggest thing.
That's the only thing.
we saw them already. I mean, this is a new Bradley Beal. We never seen this.
Yeah.
But it's like Bradley Beal might have outgrew John Wall, if we're being honest.
That's what I'm saying.
But we don't know yet because John Wall might concede. You know what I'm saying? He might concede because John Wall is a great passer. He has a great basketball IQ. So if he kind of does what Shaq did the last few years he was in LA, the years they were winning, take that little back seat, still be, John Wall, take that back seat when it's time.
Yeah.
Might be all right.
Yeah. They might be able to make the playoffs if they do it the right way.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs.
They might be able to. I'm not as currently constructed and with their cap space, how that's going to take a big hit. I don't know if Philly makes it next year as currently constructed.
If they got one of Joel or Embiid Joel or Ben Simmons on there, they'll make it in the East. I just have no faith in the East.
I don't know.
Because you got
because right now, as currently constructed, I would switch Philly out for Washington as currently constructed. I would not seeding, but being in the playoffs. Yeah, I would. I have more faith in Washington's roster. I have more faith in Washington's roster and their coach than I do Philly's roster and coach.
No, I feel that, but I would take out Orlando before I take them out. I would never take Philly. I would take Orlando out.
Orlando.
Or Brooklyn without KD. My bad. Brooklyn without KD and Kyrie. They're not playing. I would take Brooklyn out before.
For this season, yeah. I would agree with that for this season. But I'm saying,
and even next year, I like KD. He's cool. Well, I don't like KD. I respect his game, but I still got to see it together because we don't know how much Kyrie can play.
It's Kyrie. Kyrie is the wow factor in that. Because you almost have to – I don't know that Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be able to stay there. I don't know that he's going to be able to stay there because –
I think they'll keep him. They'll keep him and Karras.
I think they're going to try. But when Kyrie comes back, it's going to be it's going to be what we saw in Boston last year where Kyrie was there, Rozier, there's going to be that log jam at the guard position with guys that want the ball. That's gonna be chaos, man. Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. If I'm the Lakers, I will go after Spencer Dinwiddie if I could. I would try to get him, but
he might be asking for too much. Keep the buck with you.
He might.
Don't need to be paying nobody else.
He might.
Lakers don't need to be paying nobody else.
He might, but I mean, how many contracts come off the books next year with the Lakers? I don't think Rondo's got more than a year.
Dwight, JaVale,
Avery Bradley, right?
Of course. I don't remember Avery Bradley.
Okay.
I think Danny Green maybe too. I believe Rondo's 1 year.
J.R. Smith is coming
J.R.
off.
Smith, Deion Waiters. All those roster spots are out.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Kuzma, I think they had to sign him though, or did he already get signed? I can't remember.
I don't think he signed.
Yeah, because he came out the same year as Lonzo, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So they still gonna have to, if they're gonna pay him, they're gonna have to pay him this summer. I believe that's what's gonna happen.
What would you pay Kuzma? Like that's a real good topic. What would you pay
Me?
Kyle Kuzma? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I don't know if it's this year. I think it might be next year. I don't know. Regardless, I mean, it depends what team. I guess I'm the Lakers. I give them the 4 year, 4 years, 70 million, 75. Yeah, 4 years,
I'd move
75.
him.
I mean, you know, it
I'd
just
move
depends
him.
how my team is set up.
I'd move him. If I'm the Lakers, I would try and move him if possible. I don't know the contracts, but hypothetically speaking, if I could, I'd move Kyle Kuzma to go get Spencer Dinwiddie.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was the Lakers, I would cool out on moving people right now because y'all didn't try to move. There's a bunch of shit y'all did in the past 2-3 seasons. It don't look too good over there when it comes to stuff like that. Magic Johnson left. He said he was gonna be there. He just left. Y'all traded
That was
Lonzo.
fun.
Y'all traded Brandon Ingram. Y'all traded Josh Hart. You know what I mean? Niggas did a bunch of shit during the summer to get people. You just let people go. Like y'all gonna have
Yeah.
to try to retain some of these people, man, because it looks like ship in, ship them out, ship in, ship them out. You know what I mean? Pulling the Boston Celtics like y'all did with Isaiah. Don't look good. You know what I mean? I'm really surprised that people stayed loyal to you. I was surprised that Marcus Smart was that loyal after that.
Wait.
After
Hold
the
on.
Isaiah Thomas thing, bro.
Hold on.
That was
Hold on.
crazy.
Hold on. Are you telling me just on paper, you're looking at your roster, you have the opportunity to trade for Kyrie Irving, and all you have to do is trade Isaiah Thomas
I didn't say it was a bad move.
and Crowder.
I didn't say it
Okay.
was a bad move. Two things can be true. It
Okay.
could be shady. You know what I
I
mean?
thought
But
I thought it was I
it's a good
thought
move.
I felt bad. I felt bad about that move, dude. I definitely I'll agree.
I
I felt
mean,
bad about it.
it just don't sit well because of the circumstances. His sister died. He had that hip injury. He knew he had a hip injury. Played anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most times you reward a player who does that for your team and not trade him away for the next best thing. That's usually what you do. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. Danny Ainge is
If they could have
that
figured
type
out
of
how to
guy.
get Kyrie without trading Isaiah, but I don't look. Hey man, Danny Ainge made a great move, business wise. Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever.
It is
Isaiah ain't
business.
played meaningful basketball since, so
Yeah.
it was smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Smart. It's just ruthless.
It is ruthless.
That's
But
all. And you're not gonna get people loyal to you because karma's a bitch. Anthony Davis is a free agent next year. Anthony Davis could sign a bullshit deal and push his way out of LA when the going gets rough, just like he did in New Orleans. So you always want to kind of keep your karma right. You know what I'm saying? Keep these guys here. You gotta have to keep some people here with him, man. You don't want to keep your karma fucked up.
so you think the Lakers would be foolish to move on from Kyle Kuzma though?
I mean, like I would offer him something, never a 5 year. I'll offer him a little 4 year. Even if they offer him 60 million or something like that, I would work something into the contract where maybe you can renegotiate it. But offer him, I don't think he's great or anything, but offer him. And if you don't take it, then I mean, you offer him, get your job. But I wouldn't offer him no crazy shit like no 100, no 80, 60,
Yeah.
70 for 4 years. I think that's cool for him. You in LA, whatever.
Yeah.
We already
I don't
built you up this much. If they didn't do this whole Kuzma thing, I wouldn't even say that, but they already did this whole
Yeah, the trade itself for Anthony Davis honestly made no sense to me. I understand why they would try to do it because you want to make sure you can extend your window for championship opportunities with LeBron James at this stage of his career. But it made no sense in that AD was coming to LA anyway.
in 2 years, man. You had to wait a whole nother. They would have to wait this whole season.
He was
And look what
coming
happened.
anyway, man.
I'm saying, but look what happened this year. Imagine if AD didn't come to the Lakers this year and this whole thing just happened, pandemic and all. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how that changes AD's mind for when it's time for him to go? Paul George was supposed to come to the Lakers, gets traded, goes to OKC, then says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the Clippers instead." Like, it's just you can't take. It's too many chances, man. Like,
Yeah,
if you can do it,
no, I know. Yeah,
go do it. Because
yeah.
I honestly, I felt the same as you, but then I just started thinking about it. I'm like, well, shit. Like, they made that mistake with Paul George. You know what I mean? They were going to trade for him and said, we'll wait for him to come in the summer, and it didn't happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but they also didn't have
you know,
LeBron at that point, right?
no, they didn't.
So
But I
that
mean,
that was my thing. Like I understand why PG didn't go to the Lakers at that point, or they didn't trade for him, right? Because he was still in Indiana when they were
mhm,
trying to do that trade.
yeah.
So, like,
But I mean, he said
he
he
didn't even
wanted
want
to
to
go.
leave Indiana.
No, he said he wanted to go. He was the one that told Indiana before the season started. He said, "Hey, I'm not coming back. So,
Yeah,
I'm
but
letting you guys know."
that was after the conversation when he figured out that Indiana wasn't going to do what it took to bring
I
in
mean,
another
but that's the
player.
beginning. He said that before the season started. Hey
That
guys, I'm letting
season,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not even coming back at the end of the season, guys. I'm letting you
yeah,
know that now.
yeah.
So I
No,
mean, he said out of his own mouth, I want to go to the Lakers. That was his destination.
he just wanted to
So
get to LA.
they didn't trade for him. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I wouldn't have traded for him really at that time. I would have been like, oh, why lose something when you can we'll wait this year, wait it out, come
Hmm.
in the season. But shit fucks up every day. You got to
Yeah,
go after what you want.
yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, man. And I think they overpaid for Anthony Davis, but at the same time, I mean, look at the position they're in. Like,
Yeah, the
I
number
mean,
one seed, but
what I would have did now is probably would have tried to switch Kuzma for Brandon Ingram. You know what I mean?
that was my whole thing with that trade is
Yeah.
to me because a lot of people have said that that Ingram was the brightest point in that trade for
Yeah, for sure.
New Orleans, which I get.
For sure.
I get that. But if you're LA and you could try to negotiate to keep Ingram and trade Kuzma with Ball, to me
No, that wasn't happening.
I know it wasn't
Because everybody else in the league, they know
but hold
Kuzma
on.
got fired. Everybody else in the league.
Everyone, yeah, but here's the thing. As New Orleans, Anthony Davis is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. There's no, you're not able to salvage that. So, I mean, this would have been the last season him being there. This
For
season
sure.
would have been the last one. So they technically could have still waited to get him and not lose depth on their team. To me, that would have been a much better move.
That's assuming no Laker hurriedness. Lakers were desperate. Lakers are the Lakers.
The Lakers have been desperate.
Like,
they've been out of the playoffs for 6 years. So
there you go. But if the Lakers were Phoenix, it would be a different level of desperation because there's no what's the word, expectation.
Yeah.
The Lakers,
yeah.
They're supposed to be the championship Lakers, so they need to get back to championship pedigree very, very quickly. So
yeah,
in their head, they felt the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis wants out. He didn't want to play. So it's like, you want to keep your name good. You don't want to be the franchise that holds on to the disgruntled player and don't work with you.
Trust me, I understand.
Imagine if OKC holds on to Paul George and Rusty. Now you got, players never wanting to go there.
Yeah. No, trust me.
Work with the players.
I understand the why, but to me, the long term, because now they're cap space. Excuse me. I don't think they have horrible cap, but they don't have anyone really to speak of outside of the three with LeBron,
Davis,
Davis. Yeah,
shit, Danny Green.
Maybe Kuzma
but
now.
It's LA. It's LA, man. They're like the third richest franchise. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like if anything, they'll just, which is fucked up, but they'll dump a bunch of people and figure it out again, shuffle it up like every fucking LeBron James team.
Yeah.
Just dumping people, shipping people in and out.
Yeah.
Shuffling up, replaceable parts, dog, interchangeable parts. That's the one thing about LeBron teams I don't like, and I've been a Laker fan for some years now because of Kobe. And this is not the Lakers, dog. Like all this
not at all
shit.
Not at all. But do you not try to keep Dwight Howard if you're the Lakers?
I mean, you don't try your hardest. You don't break the bank. You don't do nothing out of the ordinary. Offer him another contract if he wants to, but we're not doing nothing out of the ordinary.
I wouldn't mind having him in Boston. I wouldn't mind.
Luck.
Just come off the bench.
I don't got no LeBron James to rein this man in, boy. I think he's only not on the bullshit because LeBron James is there. I swear, I think that's the only reason.
You think so?
On bullshit. Oh, I want to say I know so, but I can't say that. But like, he's been on bullshit everywhere he went, and it's the first year that he hasn't. Because LeBron James is fucking LeBron James. He's like, no, I got. I mean, but the same thing with J.R. Smith. That's why he took him on Cleveland because I think he said like, don't worry, I got it. Like I got J.R. We want him though. I mean, it's LeBron, bro. You're not gonna be on the bullshit. Look at Boogie. Was not on the bullshit.
I would take either
I mean?
JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard for my bench player.
For sure, I want to keep one of them.
I would get one of them just based off what I've seen in the last 2 years. Yeah,
I'm impressed with Dwight a lot this year. I'm gonna say that. I was very impressed.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's actually I think he's regained a little bit of value as a bench player. I think he's regained a little value because what we saw from him in Washington. I mean, of course he was still Dwight Howard with rebounds.
His averages is always good every year.
It's always good every year. It's just
like
the
20
narrative.
And 10 or like 15 and 10, 18 and 10 everywhere.
Even when he was with the Lakers the first time and he just came off that back surgery, he averaged a double-double that year.
And he fucked up because apparently he was supposed to come back in February and came back in October.
What are you talking about?
From his back injury. He wasn't supposed to come back until February.
Oh.
And he played at the beginning of the game.
That's right. That's right.
He wasn't supposed to come back in February. He tried to rush it because he's playing with Kobe and Steve Nash. And it's like,
you want to get that ring.
Like, no, bro, chill out, dog. Like, they got it. They veterans. Wait till you're back good. That's what fucked everything up. He couldn't jump like Dwight anymore. He couldn't catch them lobs over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
no, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
He's surprisingly like not being a dickhead.
Yeah. But
real surprisingly.
Are the Lakers keeping Alex Caruso?
Yeah.
I think so too.
They'll keep Caruso. So. I mean, because he's not going to cost you much. He's cheap, and you get to see what happens.
Yeah.
And people like him.
Yeah. Is he on his rookie deal?
I don't know what kind of deal he's on. He's been in the G League.
Okay. So
he spent some time in the G League, couple different teams. I think he's like on OKC G League at one point, and then maybe even Sacramento's G League at one point. He's been around. So
yeah.
So, question for you fellas is: what happens to Melo after the end of this season?
2-year deal, maybe.
Yeah. I can see
a 2-year deal.
I can see a 2-year. You think Portland signs him or someone else?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Portland.
Yeah, Portland. I think, man, I don't know what's going on with Portland, man. Because every year they seem to be, they're a really good team. It's just that there's always something
happens.
It's always something. But if they have everyone in place, I think Portland makes complete sense for him to stay.
Yeah, because everybody has to remember Trevor Ariza is still on the roster. He just has that, custody kid right now. He's still there. He's not hurt. There's no injury. That's right. He's good.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that for next year. Like, they're gonna be okay. You sign Melo to a little, team-friendly contract. You know what I'm saying? Everything should be fine with them. Maybe pick up another if they get rid of Whiteside, pick up another. They can pick up Brook Lopez from the Bucks or some shit like that, and maybe get another guard. Maybe get another guard.
I like what I'm seeing from Portland though. It's just that there's always just something going on with them.
Unfortunately, man.
Yeah, it's always something going on. So that's what I hate. But I will say this guy Gary Trent Jr. He's been good. Last couple of games, of course, he's not been shooting the best, but he's been
a young player, man.
He's been good. Yeah.
I like
man. His footwork on defense is quick.
Man. Now I will say I've been wondering why he's been on LeBron a lot. In this.
I mean, it's just to throw people at LeBron, throw different people at him.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
You see, they just threw him on there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, but look, LeBron has to do that dumb shit that he just did. And for everybody who's not watching the game, of course, it is LeBron. He drives, kicks. So they're not worried about him attacking the rim because this whole bubble, he's been looking very un-LeBronish, man. We haven't seen that natural dominance from him. It's been looking like it's way harder to get to the hole. Like,
I mean,
until he goes crazy, fuck it.
You're 17, man.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, you were going crazy before this pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Same year, man.
Yeah, that's true.
He was going stupid, man. I was just talking about, oh, MVP. Like, we can't do that. We can't be 1 minute saying you're MVP candidate and then be like, oh, well, you're 17. Like, nah,
Oh
nigga.
nah.
Nah, nigga, you can't be the
Yeah.
MVP candidate every time you're
Yeah.
17.
Nah, I agree with that. It's
He's looking bad.
yeah.
10 points last game, man. Come on, dog. I mean,
Yeah.
He got
luckily,
31 tonight, so
that's why you trade for Anthony Davis, though. That's why you trade for Anthony Davis. 10 points. They still got that W.
Yeah.
They ain't happening
Yeah.
without him.
Yeah.
They
No,
ain't happening.
I'm not saying it's horrible, but
tonight he has
it just hurt.
31.
It just hurt.
Davis is the one with 17.
You know, man, and for them to be great, that shit can't happen.
It can't.
And that's one thing I have to give Kyrie, man. That's why he's just so damn dumb to me, because him with LeBron was the best thing ever.
I don't understand, bro. That made
just weather the storm against the Warriors, man.
That made no sense.
That's all it is.
They could have easily won at least one more title together.
I think so. At least I think so.
At least,
especially you see KD left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like let's say they were together last year. They were together last year. They would have won the title.
Oh, for sure.
Toronto not beating them.
Nah.
They're not beating them.
Nah.
So
nah.
I mean,
Toronto barely got past Philly.
You see what I'm saying?
They barely got past Philly. So yeah. I know.
One less bounce, that shit might have gone down. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, Kyrie is that guy that's frustrating as hell. He's got a great game. He's crazy handles.
Amazing game. Top 5 talent in the NBA.
Easily.
In my head,
easily.
Top 5 talent.
Easily. But he gets in his way.
Defense, shoot, dribble, pass.
He gets in his own way. He it's that's the one thing. That's why everyone got hyped up about Brooklyn. I'm not getting hyped about Brooklyn.
Me neither. Not yet.
I need to see what Kyrie does when you have KD, LeVert, and even DeAndre out there. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing when everyone else has the ball? Because the ball stopped moving in Boston.
Let me ask you this question: What's LeBron James' style of play? What does he like to do? How does he like to play basketball? What would you consider his style to be?
LeBron is one of those guys that it's hard to say he has one style because he does everything. Facilitates, plays defense.
Okay, I'll say it like this. Mostly, I think LeBron likes to drive and kick.
Driving kick. That's
his game.
Yeah.
You gotta have shooters around him, right?
Yeah.
What kind of system do you build around KD? What's his thing? You know what I mean? Because he had to go to that Warrior system to pass, ball movement to win the ring. That's a system that they already have.
Ball movement.
That's not his thing though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not his type of thing. What's Kyrie's thing? You know what I mean? Like, how do you build that system around them?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the toughest part for me.
What also made no sense is they got rid of Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense.
I mean, look,
I don't like it. I don't like it. You got 2 prima donnas. You got 2 prima donnas that don't want to hear nobody.
Right.
Unfortunately,
I don't know the guy that is coaching there now. I forgot his name.
Jack Vaughn.
Yeah, I don't know much about him to say what he's going to be able
to do. He used to be in the league. He's like one of those player coaches, like players like him. Type of shit.
Okay.
So like if they were to offer him the coaching spot, it'd be one of those like Tyronn Lue type of shit. You know what I mean? Like he's like, even though they're not the same type of person, it's like players respect him. He was a player, so he knows what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like I don't know if they'll offer him the job, but if they did, I wouldn't be mad.
It would make sense for them to offer him the job.
It would make sense. He's already been there. He's seen what happened. You know what I mean?
They got to the playoffs.
They got to the playoffs. Keep it in house, and they don't look as bad as they should look right now. They don't.
They are competitive against Toronto.
Yeah, they are, and that means a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah,
I think they should keep him.
I don't know though, man. Kyrie to me is going to mess that team up. Kyrie's going to mess that team up.
Normally, I would say you're being biased because of the Celtics, but I feel you though.
Nah, I'm telling you, man, that ball is going to stop moving, and like you said, with
speaking from experience.
Yeah,
I just hope, but at the same time, I'm hoping that KD becomes the alpha male that he should have been, because Kyrie knows that KD's the man. And if KD says
He
move that
should
damn
know
ball,
that. He should know that. I don't
he
know
should
that
know
he
that.
knows.
I think that's why they teamed up, because he knows like this guy is the guy. Like,
Bro,
you know what I mean? I think he does. I'm
I don't
hoping.
know.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that
Like,
that
I'm
would
hoping.
that would be the common sense aspect. But that's
Yeah.
something that
Kyrie be lacking sometimes.
Kyrie doesn't even have it sometimes. He's so smart. But he's so smart. He's so dumb.
But he's so dumb too. Yeah. It's weird, right?
Yeah, because look what he did
Because
when
I
he
feel
had,
like if he took an IQ test, he'd score really high.
for sure.
But he can't make that. He can't apply that shit to life at all.
When it comes to
We don't know.
application, he's horrible.
He can't apply that shit at all, man.
When look, you saw what he did when he had LeBron, right?
Mhm.
They got a championship. But after the championship, it was something going on. There was something going on, which is why they broke up.
Didn't want to get Son. LeBron was Son in that, man.
Yeah,
What's LeBron got to like? I think Kyrie leaving kind of showed him like, oh shit, because he's treating Anthony Davis. I don't know if
Much
you
better
remember the very first game that him and Anthony Davis played. I believe they lost because he forced fed Anthony Davis. Like he should have been taking shots.
Wasn't doing anything.
Everything, Anthony Davis, everything, because he was overcompensating because, you know, he kind of realized, damn, I'm sunning, you know, Kyrie. Even though he let Kyrie go off, but it's just the way you talk to motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, treat him like a fucking, like, you can treat him like a little brother, but don't treat him like a little brother on camera.
Or son. And like that
son,
there was that one reporter that asked him about a father figure, and Kyrie's like, what? I'm a grown man.
I'm not gonna blame LeBron. That's not LeBron. Though.
That's not LeBron's fault. That's media.
That's the media being on some bullshit.
Yeah, but
that was wild. I remember
that threw me off.
You can't ask a grown man that. That's crazy.
Nah.
You can say big brother or something. That's what I would expect from the media. But son.
But to your point, though, that makes me wonder if they saw something in practice.
That's true.
That we didn't see.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
They do be there. That's true.
That's what makes me think that. Yeah. So I don't know. I agree.
And the way he did Mario Chalmers.
Oh my God.
The way he talked to Mario Chalmers, I wouldn't be surprised.
Chalmers ain't even in the league anymore, bro.
Nah.
So
I never liked how they talked to Chalmers like that, man. Chalmers was a winner, dog.
He was, and very underrated. Very underrated player.
Yeah, very underrated. They needed him on that team.
Oh, for sure.
He played a part. I believe.
For sure. I respected him for not backing down to LeBron.
Never once backed down.
He earned my respect with that, and I liked him for that. But I don't know, man. I agree. LeBron definitely did adjust some things, but my whole thing is, did Kyrie adjust anything? Did Kyrie adjust anything to where when he and KD comes back, because I don't think he learned from his experience in Boston. Boston lost that series against Milwaukee because what? The lack of ball movement. When you have Jason Tatum and Brown out there that can create their own shot, he demanded the ball, and the ball stopped at Kyrie. So my whole thing is that's what I'm expecting to see with him in Brooklyn. Maybe not in the beginning of the season, but as the season goes on,
there you go.
That's what we're going to see, and that's what I think, because we're going to have a short season next year anyway. So it might not show up until closer to the playoffs, and then the following season we might see it on a more drastic level. And that's where I'm sitting here doubting Brooklyn. I doubt Brooklyn. I don't know that they're going to go far into the playoffs. They will be in the playoff picture, but I don't know.
I mean, they'll get no less than conference finals, though. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. I don't know.
KD has a little bit of taste in it. He had a taste of the West. Like KD, if he comes back straight, there's nobody. There's absolutely no team that's gonna.
But what you're talking about is if Kyrie is able to allow KD to be KD. It's
KD. Nobody. You can't. I don't even think LeBron James could hold him,
bro.
As far as like stop him from being who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's one of those players who's gonna flourish regardless.
But if he doesn't get the ball and Kyrie's over there trying to show up and show out and do his thing, that's gonna kill them. Now, if Kyrie knows his place as the second best player on that team, not the first best player, you got something. I mean, It's
Yeah.
gonna be a mix between Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Miami. Those are gonna be the top four Eastern teams.
Next year.
Yeah, if Kyrie can if Kyrie can not get in his own way,
Yeah.
those would be
I
the
mean,
top
you know,
four.
worst come to worst, bro. KD 7 feet. You just grab the rebound.
For sure.
Coast to coast.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Worst to worst.
Yeah.
You'll just freeze his ass out. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather rebound. You're not getting the ball no more. Like,
Yeah.
it's over for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do think
You gotta see that KD
so
Russ thing
good.
again, man.
He's so good, man, and he's such a hoe, but he's so good that nobody in the East is gonna be able to do nothing. Like, I think he's gonna do so good regular season that they'll be in the number 1 seed, number 2 seed, so they won't have to play like a Boston or somebody till second round, maybe conference finals. You know what I mean? That's why I think he'll at least get the conference finals. I don't see him going no later than that, man. I can't see it.
It hinges on Kyrie. That's
because even when Kyrie, I'm assuming that
Kyrie.
Kyrie's going to be hurt the whole time. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay,
that's
a different argument.
I'm
That's
assuming
a different
he's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
So even if he's not hurt, his team's Boston did better with him.
With him gone, yeah. And
so
if Brooklyn and Boston match up in the playoffs, you know Kyrie doesn't show up to Boston games. Now he always finds some type of way to not be at the game. So
yeah, same thing he did with Cleveland.
Yeah, same thing he did with Cleveland.
He wasn't going to them Cleveland.
No, it wasn't low management. It was.
I'm saying low management is
that's the excuse. Yeah,
exactly,
that's the excuse. But that dude has no heart, man. When it comes to facing former teams, he has no heart.
Yeah, that's soft. I don't like that shit.
Yeah,
that's very soft.
Yeah.
So, fellas, I have to ask you, who has been the best player to watch in these NBA playoffs this year, and who has been the most disappointing player to watch in the NBA playoffs?
Best to watch. Probably Jason Tatum and Jalen. Combination of those two for me. The best to watch because they're young. You see them flourishing from year to year. It's their third year doing something together. This is Jason Tatum's second year?
Third.
Third year, right?
Yeah.
This is Jason Tatum's third year? Yeah. Jalen got paid. So this is his third year, Jalen's fourth year in the playoffs, man. It's good to just see them grow and really carrying that shit on their back. So that's interesting for me. You know, some bias into that. Of course, seeing Dame go crazy is fire. Most interesting. I like to see Jimmy Butler and how he's leading that Miami team. That's been very interesting to watch also. The most disappointing is I want to say TJ Warren because he had such a hot 8 games in the bubble before the playoffs, but I didn't throw too much stock into that. So
I didn't either.
I say most disappointing is I want to say Joel, but I don't put too much stock in him no more either. Honestly, I know how good he is, but I know how little his motor is, and I know how he just don't play hard all the time. So I don't put no stock into him. So I guess most disappointing, LeBron. I didn't expect him to be this non-dominant, but it don't matter because he got Anthony Davis. I don't know. I just haven't been disappointed with no basketball. I've been happy with basketball, bro. I can't say I'm disappointed with nothing. Honestly, bro, I just can't. I'm not. I mean, the only thing I'm disappointed is Russ not playing against OKC right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Disappointed in that.
I want to say Jason Tatum and Brown as well, but because you said that, I'm actually going to go to Kimba because he's someone that's an unsung hero.
Had that knee injury too.
He wasn't. Nah, they.
Was it knee or shoulder? Because he was fucked up for a while.
It was knee beginning of the year, but they had him on load management when they got to Orlando, like straight up. It was load management so that he could be explosive in the playoffs. There was nothing actually wrong with his knee though. They just had him on load management for that, and they listed him as knee and just all that. Then they upped his minutes through the what's it called?
Playing games, not playing games.
Seeding
games.
Yeah, they upped his minutes every game. just so that he gets, warmed up. And now right into the playoffs, he's unlimited. He is the unsung hero of that team for the simple fact that he's able to take that back seat. He knows whose team it is. You know what I'm saying? And when those guys have bad games, all right, I'll drive. And that's what I respect, is that he's able to do that, because when you have people that don't have the ego and know what they play their role perfectly, unsung hero. That's what he's my favorite to watch in the playoffs because of that.
Yeah, I love Kimba, man. He's always been that kind of guy.
Yeah, and I'm
amazing teammate.
Aside from the Celtics being my team, I'm just glad to see him on a team that can actually win.
Me and you both, man.
I hate seeing players.
I love Kimba, man. Me and you both. I was so happy the Celtics got him. I thought that was going to be just, if anything, we get to see him in the playoffs, and he has a chance to be good on a good team.
Yeah, I hate seeing really good players or great players on bad teams that never had the opportunity to do anything. Devin Booker, man, like,
no matter how good the Suns did, this is my team, bro. No matter how good they did in these 8 games, it's the owner, Robert Sarver, bro. It's the owner.
Yeah.
It's the owner, dog.
Yeah.
The priorities is in the wrong place. Like, it's just because he's like second after James Dolan.
Yeah.
He's second after James Dolan, bro, in my head.
Yeah.
James Dolan's the worst, but this man ain't that much better.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to go after D'Lo and didn't. Now I don't know.
D'Lo, we could have drafted Luka Doncic.
That's true too. I will. Yeah, you sure did.
And that summer we hired the Slovenian national team coach. We hired the Slovenian coach that same summer.
Yeah, which
Luka
made no
Doncic
sense.
Is Slovenian. Luka Doncic is Slovenian.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick. What are we doing here?
DeAndre
Ayton, some guy who went to Arizona. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That was wild.
That's crazy. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Why would we even hire that coach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire him the next year.
And I think so. Speaking of good players like Kimba, what do you see happening with Devin Booker? Like, does he ultimately stay or does he leave?
He should force a trade. Force a trade, man. It'd be good for both parties.
I think he should.
It'd be good for both parties, man. Like I said, I'm a Suns fan. I've been wanting to force a trade, man. Come on, let's go ahead and start something else. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Refigure something else out. We couldn't do right by him. We didn't do right by him. So do you go somewhere else, man? Go spread your wings.
What team?
Figure this shit out.
What team would you target trade?
I mean, shit. If you want to win, if you want to have an opportunity to win, the second you get traded, the Warriors. Go to the Warriors and you go kill everybody.
No, I'm not saying from Devin Booker's perspective. I'm saying if you're the Suns, which team do you? Because I don't know what they're gonna
try to do something. If Milwaukee would be scared that Giannis doesn't resign, you try some trade like that, or you couple him with like New Orleans could do something freaky. Take a lot of their picks that they got from the Lakers. A lot of those.
OKC has a lot of picks.
OKC has a lot of picks, but it's like, do you really want to go somewhere where no bona fide stars? But you got Chris Paul, but he's older. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go somewhere where
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is good.
He is, but he's still young. You got to learn how to figure this out.
Yeah, they have Gallinari. They have Adams.
I want to go somewhere where I'm certain I'm going to have a chance of winning. If I'm Devin Booker, I'm not getting traded to somewhere where it's another chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I need to know, like, I'm at least getting to a conference final more than likely. If I'm getting traded like that, bro, you got to, like, Celtics, but not the Celtics. I mean, he can replace Gordon Hayward, but I feel like they got too many wings already.
We don't. I mean, Devin Booker would be
something
cool,
like that where you have a perfect, like, where you know, like, we got, like, I mean, shit, if they could do something, send him to Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie, that shit would go crazy. You know what I mean? If they could figure it out.
Again, yeah, I would say again, Kyrie.
What would Phoenix get back from, though? What would you get back from Phoenix? And they couldn't get shit back.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying if I'm Phoenix, I'm targeting one of the teams that have the most
Blake
picks.
Griffin, go to
Detroit,
but you don't want to trade him to Detroit. He's not going to go for that. I'm trying to think who is.
Indiana has a good
Toronto.
squad.
Yeah, but it's another small market, bro. Like if you going from small, like you want to go somewhere where
Does,
you just
well,
like
does market size really play a factor anymore? Because of
on retention. On retention it does.
What in the day and age that we're in right now, I don't know that it actually does.
Well, Toronto's the first small market. What's the last small market team to even play in the finals?
That's a good question.
OKC in 2013.
2013, yeah. But
there it is.
that doesn't mean that
if you want, okay, my bad. If you're somebody who's trying to get championships,
yes,
then it kind of means something. But if you're just trying to, if you're not end all be all championships where like you want to get played, you want to get paid, you want to be competitive, and you want to do your thing, then no, I don't really mean nothing. But
what about Miami?
Championships?
Actually, small market. Spurs
Miami
are a small market team.
Yeah,
technically speaking, San Antonio is considered a small market team.
Yeah.
And the culture there is very winning for a small market team. So if
you're
gonna go
anywhere, I wouldn't go to the Spurs either if I was Devin Booker, man. They don't look like they've been figuring it out either. Pop's getting old. They got
San Antonio,
DeMar DeRozan and the old ass LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm straight.
I don't think DeRozan's staying, man. I think they're trading.
That's what I'm saying. I want to go to a situation where
Marcus Aldridge
plug me in, we gonna win.
That team is built around Murray right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't need no team that's built around some young people. Plug me into a championship, baby, if I'm going to get traded from Phoenix. Like, don't just throw me in another situation where we got to figure this shit out, bro. This shit should be like, I'm the piece that we're missing for a championship. Mm-hmm. That's where he has to go. Like, Miami, maybe. That would be cool. They would contend in the East for sure. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Miami. But I don't know who you would trade. Like, what's the value? How that doesn't even match up? Because Devin Booker.
I don't know the value. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think. I mean, it's
because he had to do a sign and trade. Well, he had to do a sign and trade, right?
I can't remember when his contract's up because I know he re-signed not too long ago.
Okay, so he'll be on.
And I think it kicked in. I think it kicked in recently too. Like,
okay,
so yeah, early type of shit.
Yeah, he'll be under contract. I don't know who you trade if you're Miami, but I think Devin Booker with Butler would be stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bam Adebayo, that would be a big three right there.
I think him and Brooklyn would be really good though. I think somewhere like that would be good. Because you got two superstars already, you need a third one. Like maybe the Clippers. Clippers got so many guards though, you know what I'm saying? Like, but where you already got like a 1 and a 2, and you need somebody else we're just missing. Like that's where Devin Booker needs to go. Like somewhere like that.
I think
like
Karis LeVert is gonna fill that spot in Brooklyn, bro.
I mean, if they're smart.
I think Karis LeVert is gonna fill that spot.
But Karis LeVert ain't no Devin Booker.
He's not. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is.
If I could get Devin Booker, I would do it. If I could get him.
You would trade LeVert for Booker?
If I could, if I could get him.
That's not a bad trade at all.
For it.
That's not a bad trade.
Suns go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't do it. You can't trade Karis for Booker straight up. That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
On the Suns' part.
Yeah, no, it would. Yeah.
I'd be mad as fuck.
Yeah.
I'd be mad as fuck if they did that shit straight up.
If I'm Brooklyn, that's a no-brainer.
Still, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. So
I wouldn't mind giving up Hayward.
Lakers would be a great fit for Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Be an awesome fit.
Lakers, that would be, but
they're not gonna go to the Warriors. I mean,
the only thing is that they're gonna be so top heavy in contracts after that, right? You still have to fill in the roster.
Yeah, they just don't have no assets to trade. That's all. Because the money is not. I don't ever worry about money. I really don't. Like, especially with a team like the Lakers, they motherfuckers figure it out.
Oh yeah, they figure it out. But I'm saying,
and they don't care about going to luxury tax, none of that shit. So
I'm just saying, in terms of building the team fully, that would strap them up a little bit. So I don't know if they would, but I mean, if you had the opportunity,
you got that situation. You got a situation where you sign people off the pretense of, hey, we got LeBron, AD, Devin Booker. Take a pay cut, bro. We're gonna win a championship.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what all them motherfuckers do. Rondo did it. Dwight and them did it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they'll figure it out. But I don't know. Devin Booker, man, it's tough. Suns is like, as a fan, he's not. It's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're not doing right. We're not doing right by him, man.
Go ahead and buy out Baines, and so you can come back to Boston, bro.
Nah, man. I like that thing. I like that. I like Baines.
Baines been playing crazy, man.
Not like Baines, man.
I love Baines.
Yeah, I was
his range.
I was surprised. Yeah, hitting threes. I was surprised. I'm like, okay.
I think he actually hit more threes in Phoenix than he did when he was in his last year in Boston. Already. So
he was shooting them things in Phoenix.
He was oh man.
Yeah.
He was lighting it up. Phoenix. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Celtics, they were kind of like if he's shooting them. I like he was hitting them in the Celtics, but I think the team was like,
I think it was also because you have Kyrie on that roster. I think that was another thing.
Wonky ass roster.
That roster was, oh my God, that was a headache. I'm so glad we're out of that season. Oh my God, night and day.
I can't believe y'all recovered so flawlessly from that situation. Good for y'all, man. Shout out to Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Danny Ainge is a monster.
He's a wizard.
He is a monster. That dude. I give him props.
Yeah, you got to.
I don't know why. There are a lot of Celtics fans that actually slander him, like especially.
Only reason why y'all relevant. Having the balls to draft Jalen when nobody was going to draft him that high. Having the balls to draft Jason Tatum. I mean, to
trade down to get Tatum. Yeah.
What? Come on, man. Those big boss moves.
Not only
them ain't regular moves.
And he saved money by trading down.
See what I'm saying? You don't got to pay this man as much. Yeah. Them ain't regular moves, dog. It's not regular.
That's not. That's a cheat code in and of itself. You will never.
Nah, you gotta give him credit, man. No matter who you gotta give that guy credit. That's some that's some real next level shit.
Yeah, R.C. Buford, Danny Ainge, and Masai Ujiri are the top three. Not in that order, not necessarily, but those are the top three GMs for me.
I like David Griffin a lot. David
Griffin's good. He is. He would be. I'll put him at 4. I
like him a lot.
I put him at 4.
Side got lucky with that Kawhi thing, man.
He did. That's what I'm saying. The moves that he made as well around that is just.
That was.
I don't blame him.
I can't give him luck for that because Masai Ujiri is really that dude. Denver is what they are because of him. Denver squad you see right now is because of that man. The Toronto squad that is doing what they're doing is because of that.
Who know basketball?
Mm-hmm.
That man gets you players that are non-United States oriented that you've never heard of that are balling like they're from the States.
Yeah.
Masai Ujiri.
Now you ain't lying. I'm just saying if they didn't win that championship, it would and he left. It would have looked crazy. We wouldn't be looking at it the same. Like if they didn't win and you lose Kawhi, it would just look different.
I mean, you make that move if you can.
Yeah, I mean, 10 times out of 10.
You pull the trigger. You pull the trigger. And I think he was smart as hell to pull the trigger, just as Danny Ainge was smart as hell to not pull the trigger.
What you mean, not pull the trigger on what?
On Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, trying to go get him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you trade Jaylen Brown for a 1-year rental. That makes no sense. You don't do that. You don't do that. So I mean, it was either Tatum or Brown, one of the two.
He did pull the trigger on a 1-year rental in Kyrie.
2 years.
2 year. It was 1 because he didn't play a majority of the first year. I see what you're saying.
So it felt like that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was 1.5.
1.5. There you go. 1.5.
Yeah.
1 in the possible.
But that's to come up from Isaiah Thomas, who I think should still be in the league. I want a team to get Isaiah Thomas. I don't care what team it is. That man needs to be on a team next season for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, just not playing major minutes, but he should play.
He's not a starter. I wouldn't start him. But to come off in
he's gonna have to talk to JJ Barea. He's gonna have to go talk to JJ Barea and figure out that kind of psychology because JJ Barea has been able to stay in the league for a while, even though it's on one team though.
Yeah.
It's on the same team.
Yeah.
Also, Udonis has some shit. So
yeah.
But you got to figure out how to be effective at that size, man, without playing major minutes.
For sure. And I think he proved it. last year, especially when he was with
Hell yeah.
Denver. He proved that he could do
Hell
it.
yeah.
So
They
I
should have
don't.
played him more, I thought, on Denver.
I thought they should have
played him
too. I did too.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. I don't know. I want to see him back. I would love to have him back in Boston for sure. You know, if we're gonna.
I mean, it's just an awesome talent, bro. Like,
yeah,
the man was an MVP candidate that year. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And he was my height, averaging 30
yeah.
in the NBA.
And to be completely honest, I don't know that I would night in, night out be willing, because I'm the same. I'm his height as well. I don't know that I would be willing to go up against 6'10" guys driving to the lane.
Not that fierce, yeah.
Beating up. I'm
like
not doing all that, bro. Straight up, I'm not doing all that.
And sometimes that's kind of why I'd be like, hey, that's why you're in the position you're in. You should do some of them pull-up jumpers, some of them floaters.
Real talk, he made me nervous. I think this is also the reason why Danny Ainge traded him. He made me nervous when he was going to the basket so much and falling. He would land on his hip.
Mm-hmm. Didn't know how to land. Derrick Rose's problem.
He didn't know how to land. Yeah, that's what made me nervous. I think that's what made
problem too. They don't know how to land.
Joel Embiid, watching this,
he hits the ground too much.
I watched
the ground too much,
bro. They didn't even practice today. They basically just gave up.
Yeah,
they just gave up. There's nothing for Philly to do.
That can't be my leader. I don't need nobody. That
Embiid,
can't be my leader.
Embiid,
I don't need that.
Embiid cannot be the first guy. And so I would like for every Philly fan that has been out and said trade Ben Simmons, I would like for them to apologize, because that's not the guy you trade. You trade, if you have to trade one of the two, you trade Embiid for sure. You can still get some value.
And these are new basketball fans. These ain't no real basketball fans.
Yeah.
Because you just looking at glitz and glamour and nigga got memes and social media posts and shit. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons got the ball in his hand all the time. He's fucking 6'10". The only bad thing about him is he don't shoot.
He don't shoot.
He shot a little bit. This man be top 5 player in the league. You crazy? Like,
easy.
He shoot a little bit.
Easy.
Play the best defense. Like,
he's just.
Can nobody stop you?
And here's the thing: like, if he's not going to shoot, that's why you keep more shooters around him.
Bingo.
And you cannot tell me the front office did not know that. Everyone else has seen he doesn't shoot. So you keep shooters around him, feed Embiid in the post. You play a little old school ball with Embiid if you can.
You're talking too practical right now.
I know.
You're talking too sane. You're talking too sane right now, because guess what? Joel Embiid wants to be on the 3-point line too. He don't want to be in the post.
I know. And that comes to coaching.
Shooters?
That comes to coaching.
3-point shooters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have them sit on the 3-point line when my big man wants to sit on the 3-point line. So now there's two people in the same damn spot, same wing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you got Tobias Harris in the post.
What are we doing?
That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me.
Don't make no sense.
No.
I blame coaching, but at the same time, I blame the players. You're out there, Joel. Sit your ass on the block.
I don't see. That's, you know what?
Sit your ass on the block, Joel. I mean, I'm a player. Like, the coach can tell me whatever you say, and I just don't fucking listen.
You just
go out there and go do what you're supposed to go do.
Yeah.
Like, just go do what you're supposed to go do, dog. Like,
yeah,
you're supposed to be on the block. Stop being on the 3. Fuck that coach.
And that's what Shaq was trying to tell him beginning of the season. Why is it that?
Shaq, I mean, that's the best example. Shaq's not listening, bro. Give me the goddamn ball. I'm in the post. And I'm gonna dunk hard.
Yeah, that's all you do.
So hard.
You're a big body.
Joel, you got moves.
You can easily get a mismatch. I've seen him get. I don't know how many in this series. I don't know how many times I've seen him get a mismatch.
There's nobody that guard him on the Celtics.
No,
he could kill. He could score 40 if he really, really wanted to.
Bro,
if he was in good enough shape, he could score 40, 50 points in the Celtics team.
All he needs is his cardio. If he got into shape cardio wise, I'm not even saying what he weighs right now, but if he just got that wind in him, because he looked gassed.
That's all he needs. Because he doesn't look like fat. He doesn't look like Joker or anything. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's in shape. You just gotta get. But also, the motherfucker eats like hamburger, fries, and milkshakes before the damn game and stuff. So
yep.
That's not. I'm sure that's not helping. You got all that gas inside of you. I think didn't he miss time last year because of gas?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Go figure.
But let's think about that though, for real. Right? Let's really think about this. This man is a professional basketball player. You get paid a large sum of money to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Not knocking you, more power to you. But if you're a professional, bro, motherfuckers get docked in the real world for less when they don't show professionalism in their job. My nigga, stop eating these. If you have fucking gas in your system and you eat a burger before every game, that's not very professional, my guy. You know what's going on. What are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
But they're not thinking like that. Like, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers want to get mad when they just get traded and shit. And like, nigga, you know it's a business. And you ain't doing everything you're supposed to, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I
be a professional.
If Embiid just did the little things, just the little things.
Look at Pascal Siakam. That's who I like to compare him to. Look at Pascal Siakam. Look what happens when you do right. You know what I'm saying? Look what happens.
You win.
You win, and you get better and better and better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam is nowhere near as good as Joel talent-wise. But guess what? He'll be better he'll be better next year or the year after because he plays hard all the time and he consistently grows and he learns from his mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And
he's a professional.
Just from that alone, you can easily say that Pascal Siakam is, if you're going to do a ranking, you would rank him a little higher than Joel Embiid, just based off of that.
As far as like necessity, who I need, who I want on my team.
Yeah, just off that. I mean, because Embiid is someone that he could be a generational talent. He could be a once in a lifetime type of player if he decided to do the right things. So, and in Philly, I don't see that happening. He needs to have. And
maybe it's Philly. Maybe we're too hard on him. Maybe it's Philly.
It's Philly. I think it's him. I think it's him, but I think it's Philly as well. I'm not going to absolve Embiid because at the end of the day, you have free will. You can either eat crazy or you eat the right way. You treat your body like a machine, you know. And maybe he just if he was able to get down to Miami, where Pat Riley doesn't play games, Eric Spoelstra doesn't play games.
I don't think he can handle it, man. I don't think he can handle that shit.
And you have that reinforcement with Jimmy Butler.
Whiteside couldn't handle it. So
Whiteside,
him and Whiteside are one.
That's true.
Hey, as far as attitude,
it's just Embiid's more talented.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I can't lie.
It's just more talented.
You ain't lying.
But
because that's a great observation. I was thinking about that before him in Miami.
But here's the thing though. You saw how well he played with Butler out there, right?
Yeah, really good.
He was
Butler gave him confidence. Butler gave him confidence.
I think he needs that reinforcement with that accountability. And of course he doesn't have that in Philly. But if he decided to go down to Miami, man, if they could figure that out, man.
Why you want to pay max money though for a nigga who need a babysitter? Why pay max money for this shit, bro? You're a grown ass man. Why I need Jimmy Butler to goddamn light a fire?
Hey, look,
not to mention, you're gonna really want to send that man to Miami, of all states,
where he could pull up to the game in a boat.
Yeah,
with women.
You're crazy.
Yeah,
with women.
Women. I mean,
in Miami,
he have a little girlfriend or whatever, but yeah, like you said, with women, Miami, boats.
Man,
beaches, boats, and women. Do you really want him in Miami?
I mean, look,
based off that, I would agree with you guys.
I didn't even think about that because in Philly ain't shit to do but eat cheesesteaks and fucking.
And then once it gets cold, you're staying inside.
And avoid getting robbed. Exactly. You're trying to avoid getting robbed, nigga.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yeah. But
go get your beard trimmed and eat a cheesesteak. That's all they do in Philly.
But
grow patchy beards. All they do in Philly.
But
and they rap.
My bad. Grow patchy beards and they rap.
But from a basketball and also Philly is not even known for basketball. That's a football city. They're Eagles all day. That's they're not Sixers, they're Eagles. So I would agree with you all on that. But from a basketball standpoint, just the game alone, I think his game would flourish down in Miami.
Facts.
because of all of those.
The team.
Because of the team, you have guys like Butler and Crowder that would reinforce Iguodala if he's able to sign another contract down there. I'm not sure. Does he have a 1 year or 2 year?
I don't remember what this shit was.
Yeah,
honestly, it was because it was whatever it was in Memphis. I have no idea what it was.
Yeah, but if he's still there, you have him, you have Eric Spoelstra, you have Pat Riley.
You got Duncan Robinson, so you got somebody
That's
kicking out
true.
to hit threes.
Yeah,
Duncan Robinson shooting the best in the league this year.
Robinson and Harrow, those guys, they're crazy. Miami is a really, really good team. I think if Embiid from a basketball, and I understand the distractions you're talking about, but from a basketball perspective, I think he would absolutely kill it down there. I think we would see I think we would see what we've been wanting to see from him, because we see it in little spurts. We see a little in little spurts, but we would see it on a more consistent level down there.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, I don't know. Philly got to blow this up because this ain't working.
Yeah,
the process was working. The process was working, and they aborted the process.
I mean, they're processing right now. Like,
they're on reset.
Yeah,
them niggas on reset, bro.
Speaking of resets, that leads me to believe and talk about the draft, people. The draft lottery in full effect.
Awesome.
As we're talking right now, as it stands, your number one draft pick team is the Minnesota Timberwolves, followed by the Golden State Warriors, Charlotte Hornets, Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, Detroit Pistons, New York Knickerbockers at 8, the Washington Wizards at number 9, and of course, Mr. West's Phoenix Suns at number 10. Those old San Antonio Spurs at 11. Sacramento Kings at number 12. Of course, the New Orleans Pelicans right there at 13. And of course, Mr. Derrick's Boston Celtics at number 14. So therefore, fellas, what are your thoughts on these first 14 picks and who you think what they really need more than anything? Let's just start it there and what they need.
As far as like notoriety and fame, there's only like, if you are an avid college basketball fan and avid basketball fan who knows about overseas prospects, it's probably like 7 people in this draft. Probably 7. And there's always going to be some sleepers, but we can't account for them. So I don't even think like the lottery is going to really get filled up for people that we off the bat are going to know, or who we off the bat are going to think have some sort of impact. There's going to be a sleeper in this draft for sure, because a lot of people, like, it's going to be like a few like seniors and shit, juniors out of college and stuff like that. So there's going to be some sleepers who we didn't even really know about who's going to be fired. But I think it just really boils down to LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, or what's his name? Anthony Edwards, right? And my boy James Wiseman. No, I always call him James. What's his name?
James Wiseman. Yeah.
James Wiseman. Yeah, James Wiseman. It's gonna come down to those 3 players, and this dude in Turkey. I forget his name. He's gonna watch out for that, y'all. It's a guy in Turkey that they're talking about. But it's gonna come down to them 3. And what's his name? Obi something from Dayton State, but it's an okay draft, man. It's whatever. I think like depending on what you need, there's no set number 1 in this draft. Like there's no just he's gonna be number 1. You know what I mean? It's not that's not this draft, because it depends. You know what's Timberwolves are the first draft.
Yeah.
And that's a weird team, man. They might want to trade that draft for somebody else, or they might want to pick Anthony Edwards. They might want to pick him. You know what I'm saying? So, or they might want to pick LaMelo Ball and put somebody alongside D'Angelo Russell. Like, who knows?
Honestly, LaMelo would be interesting in Minnesota. He'd be interesting in Minnesota or Golden State.
I wish Golden State is where he should be. I wish the Knicks would have got a higher pick because honestly, I think the Knicks would have been a good place for him. I think that would have been a nice spot for him because you get to play with R.J. Barrett. He could run point guard instead of R.J. Barrett having to run point guard. You know what I'm saying? It just would have been nice. He wouldn't have been scared at the moment. It's like motherfucker played in Lithuania. You ain't worried about that bullshit.
Lithuania and Australia.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like hardships, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It could have been easy.
Yeah.
It could have been easy living in Lithuania.
Yeah. They talked about that weather for a lot of times. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so he's not worried about no adversity. Like, he's okay.
Yeah.
That boy's all right.
Yeah, he's been in the limelight since he was like 14 or something like that.
Yeah, he's okay. So I'm not worried about no pressure. Nah, his dad already got them ready for that shit.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure.
But any team, I think, like just could use either the Anthony Edwards dude or LaMelo, just because of what they add to the game. Wiseman is like. Because of, I mean, even though LaMelo only played 12 games, Wiseman, because he only played like 4 or 5 games, and none of them were even counted because he didn't have no eligibility, it's just like, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know, and that's me teams need at the center.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see where LaMelo goes. That's the guy that I'm really because like you said, he can play anywhere. He can honestly play anywhere. But I think Minnesota would be interesting. I don't know if they would get him. I think they might. I think they might go Edwards.
Yeah, I think they are too.
I think they
hope they
don't.
Would. I hope they don't get LaMelo, man.
He would be interesting in Golden State though, because you put him
in Golden State. I mean, he don't have to. He probably won't. I mean, he's not going to start because they got Andrew Wiggins too. You got to remember.
Yeah.
So now you just got somebody off the bench who will have. You can learn from Steph, Clay, Draymond, and then you'll have your little free range off the bench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be okay. He'll get his time.
But do you think their need though? Their need is for a big man.
Yeah, but
they do need a center that's got.
You think they're trying to win a championship immediately again, right? Like they don't want to win
for sure,
more, right?
Yeah, they're going to contend.
I don't think no rookie center is going to help me get a championship right now, anyway.
So would you end up trading that pick then?
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know cap space wise for that trade and just talent wise availability. Would I trade for that pick? You know what I mean? Like, because the only big man that would fit real good in the Warriors system that I'm thinking of would be like a Spicy P, Kristaps Porzingis, Bam Adebayo, somebody like that. And I don't think
Miles Turner. You don't think he'll work there?
I'm straight on Miles Turner. You know, he can move pretty good, but like,
because you don't need him shooting. Obviously,
you don't. But they do good. They do good usually when the center can get a bucket. They do.
Yeah, for sure.
When Andrew Bogut was there, they did real good. Like when
for sure.
You could at least get a bucket if we dump it down to you some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're gonna end up trading it, but who knows? They can do whatever they want. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting time. Really, it's really interesting.
I think with the firepower that they have anyway, I think they're gonna be just fine with whatever move they make.
Well, you know what? They don't really have firepower now that I think about it. They don't got nobody on that team.
Golden State?
Because, if you think about it, their bench was terrible. Like, they got that Eric Pascal guy who was a rookie. So they seen that he was good, but they probably won't keep the rest of those guys. I can't even remember their names. You know what I'm saying? Kevon Looney, I don't think he's not going to get you to the championship game as a starting center.
That's
so
true.
You're right. They do need a center, but I don't know. Because they don't have really, I mean –
I know there's been rumors of them trying to go after Giannis. That whole thing, I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad at the Warriors. I would be mad at Giannis.
I'd be pissed at Giannis. Yeah.
Just like I was mad at KD. I would never be mad at the Warriors.
Same thing. I wasn't pissed at the Warriors for getting the KD. I was pissed at KD. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed at KD for going along with that dumb shit.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I don't know. They're going to do well next year regardless. But they they do need a big that can be reliable from the jump. And
They
like
can
you
move around.
like you said, you're not putting a rookie down there. Not in a starter, not as a starter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him for trading that pick, to be honest.
Me neither.
I wouldn't put it beyond them.
Me neither. What's his name? Joe Lacob is smart. They're good, man.
Oh yeah.
Bob Myers and
that
they're
front
good,
office
man.
is smart.
They're good.
I love what they have. I don't
They're
know.
good. But also though, picking Wiseman wouldn't be bad. So
It wouldn't be bad.
He's a good talent, and honestly, if he can show that he can hit the NBA 3-pointer consistently, shit, he might be able to be a starting rookie. Who knows, man? You just don't know these guys, man. I don't know.
Of course, the attention on defense is going to be on Steph and Clay, so it would open him up.
Draymond, really, too. Draymond.
And Draymond, yeah. Anchor. Yeah. It would open them up a little bit down there if if they decide to go that route.
Can I tell you guys a little secret?
Yeah.
You guys ready for this? There's some inside information.
Okay.
You listening?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You guys paying attention? You sure?
Yeah.
Everyone's watched. Watch what I tell you,
bro. To be completely honest, I don't disagree. I don't disagree because this season without Steph and Clay was his opportunity to show what he could do as the best player on the team, and he didn't.
Even them last 2 KD years, he looked terrible. Yeah. Your shooting is fucking regressed.
The shooting that form got a little rusty, man.
and you were just so effective because you could be like a PJ Tucker. Your body was real good. You could move up and down. But now that you're getting injured like this, you lost what was your fucking feather in the cap, man. Your body, bro. That was your body, your motor, your IQ.
Could you see them trading him?
Center no more.
Could you see them trading him?
Not next year, no, because they just signed him. So they're not gonna do Draymond like that. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's a loyal organization. They ain't gonna do him like that.
And they'll just like tell them even has any value at that point.
I mean, he still has value.
They signed.
I think he still has value.
It's like a $90 million contract, right?
Yeah, I think so. Contract. And there's rumors that
paid $90 million.
There's rumors that Houston is trying to go after him.
Oh shit, that's smart.
I mean, on their part, they do need
He'd be the center.
He would be.
They do that small ball shit. They do that small ball shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably smart.
Yeah, because I'm not running PJ Tucker at the 5 if I don't have to.
It's so tough, man. It's just so tough to do that. Shout out PJ Tucker. I don't even want to say nothing bad about that guy. Shout out.
No, I'm not slandering him at all. I mean, that's a tough assignment. That's a tough assignment.
Yeah, man. But I know what you're saying. As a team, it's just
as a team.
Like,
yeah,
this is my starting center every night.
Yeah. Because honestly, I still don't know why they got rid of Capella. I still don't get that.
I mean, what they willing to get them, stupid asses.
Yeah, what they're doing in the playoffs now, of course, it's against OKC, which is not a team you sneeze at, but they've done a lot better this season than I expected them to, since they got rid of Capella. Since they fully embraced the small ball lineup, they have done better, in my opinion, than I thought they would.
For that little bit of time.
But
I didn't expect it to work even a little bit. So yes, I agree. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to work even a little tiny bit.
I didn't either. Because once they made that move, I was like, oh yeah, y'all not making the playoffs.
I agree with you. It worked even a little bit. So
yeah,
that's better than I thought.
They exceeded my expectations. So I like kudos to them. But you're going to need a big. You need a big.
Man, it's just because
you're not running PJ Tucker at the 5 next year. That makes no sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can't run that man to the ground like that. Stop it. Come on.
No. So
he deserves better.
Yeah, I don't know who they go after. Man, if LaMarcus Aldridge has just like, I don't know, lived up to his potential or at least close to it, he would be someone that I would say either Golden State or Houston should try to go after. But with what we're seeing from him, I'd stay away from him, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, Dame got lucky by LaMarcus Aldridge wanting to leave anyway, because even back then he wasn't finishing games. And that was my
Right.
problem with him back then. So
Right.
whatever. You know what I mean? He was finessing the system anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
finessed.
congratulations. I love seeing a black man get played, but that
every single time, black man, get your money.
Get the money.
I ain't never mad at that.
Yeah.
I ain't never mad at that.
Yeah.
Would I have paid you the money?
Yeah. That's a different argument. Yeah.
Well, all right,
I mean, you'd have still got paid some millions from me. I'm gonna cut the check.
Yeah.
Cut the check.
Not as big of a check.
No, sir.
Just not as big. Not
happening. Not happening.
Nah, because he got to San Antonio. It's like he just forgot. Like,
what's rebounding? I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he played hard for a little bit, but it's like
the first year he played hard. The first year he played hard.
Good. After that, give me that Kawhi treatment, man. My knees.
Yeah.
Load management.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Well, all right, fellas. So as we get ready to wrap this thing up, we've got our first official award that was distributed on today as Raptors head coach Nick Nurse is your official coach of the year. Fellas, real quick, give your final thoughts on what you feel about that. Is this well-deserved? Is this not well-deserved? Does somebody else deserve this? What are your thoughts?
Well-deserved.
Yeah.
Great pick, man. I would have gave it to him too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when Kawhi left, who really gave them a shot to be as good as they've been this year?
Raptors fans.
I don't even know if Raptors fans had that much faith.
Oh, they did.
I don't know any, so I can't say that they did.
You're a Celtics fan, so you
I don't know
good well when Kyrie was out that door. You know.
No.
Saying, hey, look.
There's a difference because Kawhi didn't stop ball movement. Okay. When you're taking Kawhi,
he also got him to a finals.
He also got him to the finals. Yeah. So when you're coming off a championship, knowing the possibility that he could leave, but as much love as they showed, of course you're gonna hope that he stays. But when he doesn't and he leaves, I personally didn't think that the Raptors were gonna do as great.
Shit.
Of course,
I didn't do shit.
To be completely honest, I thought 7 was like gonna be like very reasonable. 7-6.
I knew they would. I mean, just not this high per se, but I knew they'd still contend.
I figured they would contend. Well, that was the reason why I said that.
Kyle Lowry's still there.
Kyle Lowry.
P's still there. Anunoby just came back and wasn't there last year.
That is.
Let's not act like Kyle Lowry wasn't scary brain in the playoffs with DeMar DeRozan.
Bro,
let's not act like they were giving away games in the playoffs.
But
the ball.
When you win, apparently, it puts your mentality in a whole different mindset. Apparently,
for sure.
That man looks a lot different this year.
I give him props.
He had a bad leader. He had a bad leader.
DeRozan was the issue in Toronto. I mean, I still would have given him a ring because without the trade, they're not winning the championship. I would have still given him the
ring. And you know what? I feel what you're saying, but maybe without you, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry would have been better earlier.
A lot better.
All that anxiety trickled down to him, bro.
Obviously,
get him out.
Obviously, because and I hate saying that because DeRozan is a really good player, really good.
Yeah,
but it seems like they would do well in the regular season, and then once it came to playoffs and going against LeBron,
specifically LeBron.
So,
and when you say out your own mouth, if we had LeBron, we'd win too.
That made me lose so much respect.
All respect, you're done.
You're
beat before the game starts. You're beat already.
You gave up.
Done.
You gave up way before.
So I never really after that I'm like whatever.
Yeah, but I do give props to Toronto. I give props to Nick Nurse. Because honestly, I didn't know if last year was just based off of Kawhi or if it was a Kawhi and Nick Nurse.
Me too.
So I like for me to judge a coach on his ability to coach, I like seeing what they can do when they have little to no talent. I shouldn't say that about Toronto, but when you don't have a superstar that you know you can feed the ball to, that will get like when you don't have that, and you're still able to coach up to the having the second seed in the East, and you're playing well. Like they're not just like dragging through. They're not just like barely winning. They are winning these games. So respect, much respect. Nick Nurse, he deserves it. He deserves that award. He deserved it
for sure. It's almost like a Warrior situation over there because the stars that they're having, they're developing that talent.
For sure.
That's them. You know what I mean? They're developing that talent.
And you don't see that too much now. Like, you see that with Toronto.
Dallas, kind of.
You see that with, yeah.
Dallas, kind of.
Dallas. You see that with Golden State. You see that with Boston. But a lot of teams, you don't see that anymore where they're developing their players. Some players get traded.
I mean, Phoenix. Phoenix
is kind of like a forced situation, but I'll agree.
Memphis is developing again. It didn't take
Memphis, much respect. Memphis, much respect.
Is definitely developing them starting 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Even when they had Mark and them starting 2 years ago. So, they're doing a great job.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, overall, you don't see teams, like, really stick with the process of their team and actually, work with
and grow.
And grow, and
Orlando's
that's
sticking with it and sucking.
Yeah. They, but I think they have an opportunity to change that around next season, not drastically, but I think they have an opportunity to be better.
Hopefully.
Speaking of Atlanta, I do have a final question for you, fellas, before we do wrap this up. That does remind me, fellas, is Trae Young a top 10 player in the NBA?
Well, if your talent don't transition to winning, then no. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I could easily name
because Devin Booker's not top 10. If his talent don't transition to winning,
for sure.
Shit don't matter.
I could easily name 10 players above.
And by the way,
now skill wise,
no matter how you split it,
skill wise is different.
Skill wise now,
skills are different.
Hey man,
yeah.
Hey man, 30 and 10 ain't no slouch.
No.
Second year, 30 and 10. Hey man.
Yeah. Damn. No, I like respect for his game, but when you're talking about the rankings,
hierarchy system,
and no matter how you split it,
I need
whether
to see
you do current,
it.
Whether you do current with veterans and all, from the LeBron Jameses on down, or whether you do legit just his generation of players right now, your Jason Tatums, your Devin Bookers.
Oh, well, with those, he's top 10 for sure.
Yeah, for the generation.
Because both of them ain't won shit either.
Yeah, for sure.
They ain't won shit.
For sure. Tatum is probably the closest. And he got knocked out in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Spicy P.
Spicy P. Yeah. Spicy P. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah. Yeah. So,
but then Tatum.
But then Tatum.
I don't want to say Tatum. Maybe Giannis. Are you guys counting Giannis? Giannis is young as hell.
Well, he is in that.
I don't think he's 30.
Because he's not in his prime.
I think he's like 26, right?
He's in that range. He's in that range. He's in that range because
he's in that range.
In the league for like
Karl Anthony Towns, like these guys, like
Karl Anthony Towns,
he just
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton is cool.
Now my thing is, I don't. When you talk about skill, Ben Simmons is there. Simmons is there. Simmons is there. The only knock you have against Simmons.
Hey, Ben Simmons is up there. I'm tripping. He's like that. No, Ben Simmons is like that.
Yes. No. I'm saying. I'm saying I put him up there. I'm just saying the only knock against him is that he doesn't shoot. That's the only knock.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. Yeah,
that's the only knock. But I mean, he does everything else well. That's why you have to build. You have to build around his weakness.
Mm-hmm.
It's
if we're doing young players though, Trae Young is top 10 for sure.
For sure.
But out of the whole NBA, because he ain't won shit, then he can't be top 10.
Yeah, of the whole NBA, I wouldn't put him there. But
he should make an All NBA team because I don't think that winning should be a part of that shit.
See, that's another thing. I need to know what the criteria is for all this stuff because that's the same thing with Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know, what the criteria is. Because
if you're helping your team win. because defense wins. If you're helping, if your
Defense wins.
if you're
sure.
like if you have great perimeter defense, if you're leading in blocks and steals, but your team has one of the worst records, your defense ain't transitioning to shit.
Right.
So,
but see, that's why I like I'm confused about what they see with Marcus Smart. Because night in, night out, Marcus Smart and Ben Simmons.
His plus minus is outrageous. Plus minus is probably the closest stat you can get to be a stat to measure intangibles like effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
him being on the floor, it just for some strange reason, like yesterday, he got that steal that Joel Embiid at the end of the game tried to throw half cross court. You know what I'm saying? He got the steal, almost fell out of bounds through Jaylen Brown.
He can
shit like that don't go into the box scores though. That you know what I'm saying?
He can only score 2 points in a game, and his plus is through the
roof. You know what I mean? He scored like 6 points last game. It was like 26. It was plus minus. Crazy shit.
So that's my question though. What is the criteria for Defensive Player of the Year?
It's no criteria. It's the eye test. It's like, is your team doing? One is your team winning. That's the first thing. And from there, it's like, do you have a name? Are you leading in a category like steals or blocks? And if you're not, in Marcus Smart's case, what is your plus minus? Is it like because if you have a wild plus minus, they're just looking at those games and they're like, okay, you obviously have an impact on defense that
for sure.
It's just you can't, you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is that I'm asking that because the finalists always seem to be big men.
Yeah, but that's
what I don't like.
That's traditionally. It's some bullshit.
It's traditional. I get it.
It's some bullshit because I think Gary Payton is the last
one
to win a Defensive Player of the Year. So.
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, you know,
because the defense that I've seen,
he should be up there. But his stats, man, I think they stat. I think the people who are making those lists are heavy on the stats.
For sure, also, for sure. But and that's why to me the whoever's deciding this on that committee, you need to have basketball players on that committee deciding that, because when you're talking when it comes from a basketball player's perspective, you want to go up against who you don't. When I step on that floor, and I'm like, God, like that when when that comes across, that automatically shows me that you're one of the top defenders in the league, easily.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
and it's just too bad that they couldn't do that because the players are biased.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm not talking about active players. I'm not talking about active players.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about retired.
Put a real committee together.
Yeah. Then I'd have a little.
And that's what the NBA is lacking on because there's no real criteria to make the fucking Hall of Fame. Like a lot of this shit is just weird.
MVP is off a little bit.
MVP is weird, dude.
It's because it's always a popularity contest. 6 man of the year.
It's a narrative. If you don't have a narrative at the beginning of the season, you don't have a chance.
6 man of the year is only about scoring. It's never about the intangibles. It's like that's these awards like really weird me out. I don't put any stock in it.
I agree. I mean, MVP is like I guess. You know what I mean?
It's
because
cool.
Most times the person that wins MVP deserves it. Most times.
Yeah.
Or if they didn't deserve it, it's like, it's an argument, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? It's either him or him. So.
A lot of it is a
narrative. But other
though.
ones, a lot of this shit's narrative. A lot of those awards, they don't. I wish they would give us a criteria.
Yeah. That's literally probably the only knock against the NBA that I have.
No criteria for
outside
that award.
of the obvious criteria of winning, right? Because that's always seems to be the criteria of anything.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
yeah.
Even though I don't think that should always be the end all be all criteria. If we're talking about like I said, all NBA players, like this is just who's the best talents in the NBA. You know what I mean?
See the Coach of the Year award, the Coach of the Year award in most recent history has gone to the coach who's got the highest seed. That's why I was glad to see Nick Nurse get this, because as a second seed, it's like, okay, we didn't expect them to do it. We didn't expect OKC to be where they are. You know, Billy Donovan was a huge candidate. Eric Spoelstra.
And that's why I think Taylor Jenkins should have been in there.
For sure.
Memphis coach, he should have been in
there.
Yeah,
Memphis, for sure. Miami.
Spoelstra should be in there every year, and he's not.
Spoelstra every year. Spoelstra and Brad Stevens
every year
are coaches that don't get their just due. Like you hear people talk about them in the league, like guys in the league will give them their props. But when it comes to that recognition as coach of the year, it's always like they're just like the bottom, and I don't get that. They barely get
I still
votes.
got a knock on Brad Stevens. I still
That's
have a knock
fine.
on him.
That's fine.
I got a knock on Brad Stevens still.
You look
because he fucks up in the last points of the game when it gets deep in the playoffs.
There's been
terrible.
Rotations has been the biggest knock against him. But I also think this is the best roster that he's had.
Yes.
So I think we'll see
what happens.
something differently. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's like, even if they lose, as long as it's not because of him.
Yeah.
Then we're
Yeah.
we're good. We're good.
No, I
you're
think,
right. This is the best like solid team.
Yeah.
You know, Kyrie was a great talent, but the injuries and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a solid team. By the way, all jokes aside, what y'all gonna do with Hayward, man, for real? Because y'all could, with the money that y'all paying him, y'all could probably get 2 to 3 players that could supplement his shit. You know what I'm saying? And like,
well, he has one more year in his contract. He has one more year.
And it's a player option, so he's going to
player option. Yeah, I'm taking the player option. If I'm him, yeah, that's 20. I think it's $30 million option.
30 million,
yeah,
30 or 28, someone in those two.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. I'm taking it, so that's a no-brainer.
Would you trade him though?
Of all the people,
if I'm Danny Ainge, not Brad Stevens. No, Brad's not trading.
No, Brad's not trading. No. But it depends on what I'm getting back. Yeah. Because if you've watched him play this year, this has easily been one of his best years. It's easily been one of his best years in terms, not scoring, because I know he's averaged higher in terms of scoring, but in terms of the little things like being able to drive and take over games, being able to assist and facilitate, block, play defense. Like he's the little things. This has probably been his best year. And I think he's hit career highs in different categories this year. I'm fine with keeping him. It's not, to me, I'm not worried about the injuries. I'm not. I'm honestly,
Brandon Ingram straight up. You wouldn't do that?
Hell no. Not right now. Not right now. No.
I'm doing it straight up.
Not right now. Mm-mm.
Get him out of here.
No, you know why? Because when you're talking about Brandon Ingram moving forward, that's gonna be more money. And I have guys on my bench like Grant Williams and Romeo Langford that I'm going to eventually want to pay. So you have Jason Tatum you have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like you're strapped with Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, like Kimba. I would take the 1 year with Hayward, see what happens next season with him. Boston is going to be able to get so with the next series would be against Toronto. I think they can hold their own against Toronto without Hayward.
No Gordon Hayward? I don't think so.
I think
it goes 6 and they lose.
I don't.
Unfortunately.
I have Boston, Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals.
You think Miami gonna beat the Bucks? You think so?
Yep. I have Miami and Boston Eastern Conference Finals. I don't trust. I don't trust Milwaukee. I don't trust Milwaukee.
They haven't given me no proof otherwise.
They haven't shown me anything, bro. And they're playing. Listen, look. You've been watching their series against Orlando?
Yeah, I've been seeing that ghost Chris Middleton.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The ghost of Chris Middleton.
Who was my disappointing player? So
Middleton, and Eric Bledsoe. Those guys are so. Middleton turns into Michael Jordan when he plays the Celtics. I don't understand it. He's lights out when he plays against Boston, but it seems like everyone else when he plays against them, it's either or. You're getting
trash bag,
great, or you're getting bad. So
you're getting trash bags
for sure. So when you have guys on your team that don't supplement other things that well, and you lost Brogdon, I don't have faith in you that much. You have to show me if they can get past Miami. That's a different story. I don't think they're gonna get past Miami though. I think they're gonna lose against Miami. It might go 7, but I think they're going to lose against Miami. So but Boston, I think they're gonna hold their own against Toronto without Gordon Hayward. I'm fine with them.
I hope they do.
I'm fine with them leaning on Tatum, Brown, and Kimba. Let them do what they need to do. They have the size on bench. I know in terms of ranking bench scoring, I think this season for Boston, I think ranked like 26 to 28, somewhere in that range.
Yeah,
since they've been in the Boston, since they've been in the bubble, the bench scoring has been much better. So, and I think
16.
Even if it is 16, that's fine because
that's better though. No, it's better though. It's better though.
Yeah, because
it's not last. It's better.
It's not last because what I've seen Brad do, and especially in this series against Philly, he's alternating Tatum, Brown, and Kimba between starting and second unit.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll take one of them.
He's supposed to have been doing.
Like, that's what
you got three. You had four major players,
mm-hmm.
and there should never be one time that. That's why I said Gordon Hayward's kind of fucking it up because it was never supposed to be a time where one of them weren't supposed to be on the floor. You know what I mean?
He will be back for the Eastern Conference Finals. And when that happens,
I don't believe so.
I think he will be. Even if it's as a decoy.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Do I believe he'll be 100%?
I can see that. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Decoy, do I believe he'll be 100%?
Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can still be that spot up shooter. He can still facilitate. I don't need him. I don't need the offense to run through him. It's just do your thing. And Hayward knows how much to do and how little to do. He knows he's been. That's something that we've been able to actually see this season from him is he knows when to let up. He knows when to go full force. And I respect that. Of course, contractually, you're not paying him to – I get that. You're not paying him to only average 17 points a game.
I'm about to say, because this is a disappointing contract.
You're not getting an argument from me. But they also paid him that money when your other guys were Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Crowder.
It was a different team.
So it was a different team, yeah. So like right now, I'm not mad. So I believe they let it ride out. I believe they will offer him another contract, but it'll be a team-friendly contract.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a team-friendly contract. You allow
him.
Danny
Ainge is too smart to do that.
I'm not saying that Gordon is going to stay, but you have to offer him something. I think the offer will be for a team-friendly contract.
Okay, you must be talking super vet minimum.
No, not vet min. Not vet min. No. That's disrespectful. I would say 2-year $10 million. 2-year $20 million.
That's damn near vet minimum for him. Hell no,
that's
That's disrespectful.
No. Because hear me out.
$5 million a year.
Hear me out.
He needs $10 million a year.
You have Gordon Hayward there.
30 to 5. 30 to 5.
If he proves that that his worth is to be paid $15 million a year, I'm fine with it. And I think he's proven it. But I'm just saying, you're talking about Danny Ainge now.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what I'm saying. I could see that. I could see it. So
and honestly, they should hold him. They should try to hold him.
You
Just
should.
To say they did their job. Just to say they did their job. They should try to hold him.
You should. So I think you could reasonably save $15 million a year at most. I think you could reasonably save
maximum. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do 2-3 years. Cool. You have him there to guide Romeo Langford because Langford is going to be taking Hayward's spot.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Eventually. So you have him groom him and just let the chips fall where they may. Now, if you're talking about a time where you need to do a trade, like let's say they know Hayward's not going to re-sign after the player option, right?
Mm-hmm.
He signs a player option. you trade him for whoever. I don't care if it's Devin Booker. You trade him to whichever team, even if it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or
Get some value.
Get some value. Yeah, you do that. I wouldn't be mad at those moves. I wouldn't be mad. But I'm banking on Hayward staying in Boston and what he's done this season. Everyone's been getting on him about this ankle sprain. This is not the same ankle that he broke.
It's a different one. Yeah, it's a different one.
It's a different one. So I think it's a tough position to be in for him.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing. It might also be a blessing in disguise. You know why? His wife is pregnant. She's due to give birth pretty soon. So he was going to be gone for the birth anyway. So
yeah,
you know what I'm
that to a positive. That's how you spin that to a positive.
You know what I'm doing?
I mean,
I'm hoping because she's due, I think, early September.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping this woman gives birth in the next week or two.
Yeah,
allows him to go. Yeah, you go spend time with the family, come back, do the quarantine, Eastern Conference Finals. By the time that's all over, Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not overlooking Toronto though. I'm not overlooking Toronto. Like I want that to be made known. I respect the hell out of Toronto. I just have more faith in Brad Stevens and the roster than I do Nick Nurse and his roster.
I mean, look, if there was some way that my boy Jalen could win a championship without the Celtics winning that championship,
he's a Celtic for life. He's a Celtic for life.
My heart is broken. I hate that shit, dog. Like, I still don't have – I'm sorry, JB. I still ain't got your jersey, my guy.
Hey,
I ain't got it right now. I might end up just having to get that Cal jersey. Because
I'm getting it, man. I'm getting it. I'm
I'll get his All-Star game jersey.
All-Star. There you go.
Well, and he should have been an All-Star. He should have been an All-Star this year.
He should have been an All-Star.
People slept on him this year for some reason.
He should have been.
That dude deserved it, man.
I did. Not even being biased, I really did. Like,
he deserved it.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it. Yeah, especially
because you can have multiple. Y'all record was good enough for y'all to have multiple All-Stars.
Oh, for sure. We had Kimba and Tatum in the All-Star game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, fucking Atlanta had 4 people on the All-Star team.
So it made no sense why Kimba wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, and they weren't good as Jalen is. So
I'm not mad at Bradley Beal being an All-Star, but if I'm completely honest, when you're looking at record as well, when you take that into consideration, Brown should have easily been over Beal, easily.
I mean,
if you take record into consideration,
I want to agree. But Trae Young, that would mean Trae Young couldn't be there. That would mean Trae Young wouldn't be able to. Yeah. I can't agree on camera.
He would have been in a 3-point contest.
Nah, hell no. Fuck that, man. I need my boy in the game. I need him nutmegging people in that game, man.
Yeah, nah. He deserved it. He deserved
it. And he started.
Yeah, he started too. Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Brown didn't have to even start. I'm not saying he should have been a starter. But he should have been
there, bro.
He should have been on that roster. He should have been on that team. On one of them. He should have been on there. Yeah, he should have been there. So, it is what it is.
Next year.
He'll get it next year. But I do believe that has played a part in how he's played this year. After the All-Star game, Tatum's game elevated, Brown's game elevated.
Of course.
Kimba sat back.
He's almost a vet now, though. He's real smart. It's only taken these couple years to get this shit. And he realized, this is when we start doing it. This is when
he was doing this before Kyrie got there. That's what people don't even.
That first season, he was doing it. Yeah, bro, he was already ready. He's ready for this shit, dog. And that's what I try to tell people. He's ready.
He embraces the moment.
Yeah, he's ready.
No moment.
But he's been like that since he was in 7th grade, bro.
Forever.
This man has been like that since I watched him in 7th grade, embracing the moment, dog. Yes. I've seen him score 20 straight points to get a W as a child. You know what I'm saying? So
he has the ability.
He's got it. He's okay.
And it's like watching. And I know people are gonna be pissed off when I say this, but it's like watching Tracy McGrady and a mixture of Kobe and Paul Pierce. When I look at Tatum and
2 of those 3 are his favorite players.
Yes,
T-Mac and Kobe. 2 of those 3 are his favorite players. So
yeah,
Tatum and the Paul Pierce because of like the
step back.
the moves, the certain, because
Yeah.
he got that like old ass man game, but
Yeah.
it's explosive. You know what I mean? If you're an explosive old man because he's smart,
Yeah.
he's hitting you with angles.
Yeah.
He's footwork. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
The good thing about Jalen when he plays the best of his ability, he's one of the more efficient players as far as energy, steps, all that. He
Oh, for
doesn't need
sure.
3-4 moves in a row to get to his shot. He doesn't need to do a bunch of stuff to
he
get
can be
his shot off
minimalistic with his moves
and get his buckets,
and
which
get
is
his
always
bucket.
going to help you.
Yep.
Always going to help you. That's why
draw the foul.
That's why Gordon Hayward's even doing what he's doing this year.
For sure.
Smart.
It's part of the
Kids play
system.
like that.
It's part of the system too. Yeah. Brad Stevens, that's one thing I don't think he gets credit for. Any player that plays in his system, they have career years. Because Kyrie defensively was through the roof in that system. Rozier through the roof. It's just something. Baines, it's something. And it's Cantor.
Didn't y'all have what's his name?
Al Horford. Who?
Kelly Olynyk, wasn't he on the squad?
Oh yeah. Olynyk,
right?
yeah.
He was straight while he was there.
And he was, and he went from Brad Stevens to Eric Spoelstra, and people aren't paying attention.
He got turned up even more.
He's got turned up even more.
Yeah, he got turned up even more. He's really good right now.
Yeah, and that's because of having more opportunity in Miami. He didn't have that much opportunity in Boston. So, I like those two coaches. To me, they should always be finalists at minimum. They forever have my respect.
Facts.
Absolutely. Well, that being said, it has definitely been an action-packed basketball edition of Sideline Guys. No doubt about it. Fun-filled, talking some playoffs, talking some Celtics, some Phoenix Suns, and a little bit of everything, as you know. But without further ado, all good things must come to an end. So we thank you if you held in this long with us. We do appreciate you. We ask that you first off make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that little subscribe, hit the little bell notification. If you are on Spotify, go ahead and hit that follow button up there. Make sure you're following and keeping up so you're notified whenever a new episode of Sideline Guys drops. Also, Apple, you already know what to do. Hit those 5 stars. Leave, a nice little comment. Let us know who you are. We can shout you out on the next available episode. And all that being said, we also want to shout out our partners at Six Families Radio when we're broadcasting this live. So shout out to our listeners on Six Families Radio. Shout out to our listeners on TuneIn. And, well, without further ado, you already know what it is. Make sure you visit the website at www.otsguys.com. You can check out this show. You can check out Wes and his I Got Next podcast because that is now a part of the OTS brand and the OTS family. So make sure you check it out. He's giving you guys daily updates on the NBA playoffs as we speak. So make sure you check out I Got Next. Make sure you check out other great shows under the OTS brand, such as What Did I Think About This Week, Pass the Ox, Life's a Botch, and so many, many, many more shows that we have lined up under this OTS roster. So, fellas, real quick, tell the people where they can follow you and find you individually, and let's wrap this thing on up.
Wes Got Next on Twitter. Wes Got Next on Instagram. Wes Got Next in real life. Hit your boy up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sir. Love it. You can follow me at Derrick_OTS. It's DERRICK. Also at OTS Guys. I run the OTS page. I want to say formally, Wes, great to have you on the team, bro. And I'm looking forward to what's coming. This is going to be great. Absolutely. Definitely go check out everything.
With the Kobe fist.
Yeah, everyone definitely go check out everything that we have going on. And like Dwayne said, subscribe to everything and give us your reviews. Let us know what you think. And follow us on YouTube. Come to our YouTube channel. Yes. Subscribe.
Please do. Subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a neighbor to tell a neighbor to tell a brother, a sister, a mother, cousin, auntie, uncle, grandma, and sister too. You already know Tell them all to come follow. Check out that OTS Guys brand and check out all these awesome rosters of shows and personalities because you're guaranteed to like what you hear. Matter of fact, love what you hear. That being said, you already know, follow your boy at Dwayne Dickey Jr. Also follow me on Twitter at Highlight Life. And until the next time, well, us boys, are signing out. This is the Sideline Guys. Peace.
Arrest them cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. Get them the fuck out of here.
For sure.
You've heard it. Point blank, period. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. We are out.